Welcome to the Mayor Show. Today's show all about our veterans. The most important thing in our society today is to make sure we take care of our vets. And here in Bensalem, that's a priority. It's a priority of mine, and I know all of our constituents out there, and certainly all of us here in our building support our vets, make sure that we do most we can for them. We have a board here of 5 men that sit on our board for the Veterans Board, and they do a lot for us, and we'll get into that. They work with Mr. Szafran. Joe Szafran is here today, who is the president of the Bucks County Tour of Honor. Joe, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate
and
having
while we're
us.
talking about you, Christine Ferreira, who's the vice chair, and she's also secretary treasurer, and a very hard worker. She's usually with us today with Joe. She works very hard to get that done, but actually she's working today.
She's at work today, yeah. She couldn't get off.
And I think she's working with the veterans.
She's up in the military affairs in Doylestown today.
Okay,
Usually
so working
she's
with
in
the veterans.
Lower Bucks, but today she's up in Doylestown.
Well, first of all, congratulations on a great job in the past.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate you.
Those tours are incredible. You should go on them if you have the opportunity. I start talking about volunteers. Joe needs volunteers. We're going to let him talk a lot about different things, but anybody out there throughout Bucks County here in Bensalem that wants to volunteer and help the tour, there's a lot of work goes involved. Give us a little bit of idea, Joe, what's coming up.
Well, the next tour of honor is on October 7th, and it's for World War II and Korean veterans. Anyone that served between December 7th, 1941 and October 1961 is eligible to go on the trip. We just don't limit it to military personnel that was in combat. So if you were serving between December 7th of 1941 and October 61, you're eligible to go on this tour.
Did they have to serve in combat, or
no, sir?
No, because
no, you just got to
be. Yeah.
You didn't have to be boots on ground.
Okay.
Which they refer to. So
I wanted to clarify
you didn't have to
that.
serve in Europe or Pacific.
They're veterans, World War II from
You put the
41?
uniform on, you served.
Okay.
You're eligible
I wanted to
go.
clarify that, make
Yes.
sure everybody knows that.
Yes.
So that's 7th. So tell
October
us about the
7th. Well, the trip usually starts at Parks East here in Bensalem, which is a staging area. It's kind of an exciting morning. It's very hectic, but
I've been there. I don't know how you do it.
It's organized chaos, but everything gets done. We start around 4 o'clock in the morning. We do leave Bensalem at 6 a.m. with the escort of Bensalem's finest, the Bensalem Police Department, and I think we have approximately now about 26 other police departments throughout Bucks County, not including Philadelphia, who also assist us in taking the vets down the highway.
You know what's incredible? I remember when it was just Philadelphia and Bensalem.
Yeah.
Now you've got the Bucks County community involved, which is great.
Well, that's what we've tried to do. We wanted to make it a community thing, but community is Bucks County.
Absolutely.
It's a very large community, but it's we've been doing fairly well, and we got, like I said, like approximately 26 police departments, and we have, I think, 4 police departments, including the county sheriff's department, that actually go down to Washington with us all the way.
All the way.
So we have a police escort all the way down to Washington, D.C. And in Washington, outside Washington, approximately about 30 miles outside Washington, we pick up the National Park Police, who then take over the escort throughout Washington.
And once you hit Pennsylvania,
well, on the way back, it's the same thing.
Oh,
it's in reverse.
yeah.
But then when we get back in Pennsylvania, we pick up all these motorcycle clubs, and we pick up various fire departments, and we have again, most of the police departments in Bucks County do send vehicles. I should also say that we're not just talking Bucks County either. We're talking police departments from Montgomery County and Burlington over in New Jersey have come aboard. So our wings are expanding, and we're taking vets from not just this area, but we're taking them anywhere.
I'll tell you, I've been fortunate enough to do this a couple of times, and there is absolutely nothing more gratifying to go on that trip. I'm telling you, to see the veterans down at the World War II Memorial, the Korean Memorial, to just watch them and to be treated. It just, some of them are crying. They made me cry. I mean, it's just incredible. And it's one of the things that you're doing now that I think is really great is you're bringing kids.
Yeah, we started, I guess it was a year ago, we started taking children from different school districts throughout Bucks County down to Washington with us. We usually go on a Monday, and usually on the weekends, other people that kind of do this throughout the country go on the weekends. And there are people that greet our veterans down there. But being on Monday, you have people working and the children are in school. So we decided that we were going to try a new program where we would take our own children from Bucks County down with us. And that's been very successful. The kids love it, and they get to see everything the veterans do. They go on their own in the morning. What happens is they go down with us, they drive down, they get the escort all the way down, they open the highways up, and these kids are going, the children are going right through with the veterans, and there's no stopping. And once we get down to the Korean Memorial, we usually, during the Korean Memorial, we go there first. That's our first stop in the fall. We go to the Korean Memorial. And the children will get off there, participate in the program that we have at the Korean Memorial, where we honor the Korean veterans that have passed. And they stay with us, but then we get on the buses and we head around Washington to various memorials and monuments. And they are on their own from that time forward with their sponsors and their chaperones. And they walk the mall, they go to the Smithsonian, they do whatever,
Right.
whatever they feel like, whatever their school tells them they're going to do, or they take, and then we ask them, the only thing we do ask them is to meet us again at 1 o'clock at the World War II Memorial, where they again greet the veterans and talk to the veterans and everything.
How about Ben Salem?
Actually, Ben Salem has in the past sent their ROTC and some of the children from Ben Salem High School went down.
They coming this year? In October?
I have contacted the superintendent, Dr. Lee, and he is, he's very interested in sending them down. So in fact,
I hope so.
In fact, I'll be honest with you. Today, I'm going to call him today because we're starting a new. We were asking the video crews of the different high schools to go and be the video cameras and the video crew of this trip. So we're going to try to, let them get some experience.
Yeah,
in,
it's great. I mean,
photography and everything like that. So we're working with them, and the schools right now, my understanding is Neshaminy, Maple Point Middle School, Ben Salem, either Schaefer or Snyder Middle School, Centennial Middle School, I forget the name, Klinger Middle School, or Log Cabin, or one of them schools up in that area are coming.
That's it.
Marsville is talking about it
Jersey?
too. No, Mars.
Oh, Marsville. I thought you said Laura.
No, at Marsville, PA,
misspoke,
the
okay.
Marsville School District. Jason Harris, he's the
that's right.
one of our
he's the
resident of Ben
superintendent now.
Salem, and he's the
Ben Salem-
superintendent.
Ben
up
Salem
at-
guy, superintendent up
up in
there.
Marsville. So,
Yeah.
I've been working closely with him. Their children, his elementary school do come back in the evening. I'm sure you know that when they
Right.
come back in the evening, and they actually do the Star Spangled Banner.
Right. The kids are there to play the music and everything. Let's start off. I want to start their day. We're going around. First,
Sure.
we'll meet at Parks East. They have a little light
When we
breakfast.
get you, usually you have to check in at Parks East. You will be notified before the trip. You're going to get your assignment, your bus assignment. You will get your bus assignment. You will get your lanyards. You will receive apparel, which is you will receive a jacket, you will receive a shirt, and you will receive a hat. And every one of the veterans that go on this trip must have a guardian.
Must have a guardian.
And the guardian must be under the age of 65 and be able to
Okay.
push or lift 150 pounds.
Okay.
Because there's a lot, as you know, there is a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of walking down in
Yeah.
Washington.
Oh, yeah. That's,
We do take wheelchairs
Wheelchairs,
for everybody. That's why we say they have to be able to push
Right.
somebody around. So that happens, and you'll notify way before the
Right.
trip.
So now they're there. They have a
getting-
little light breakfast.
They're getting there.
Get
They're
on the
going to
bus.
they're going to register. They're going to get their assignments and everything. They're going to everybody will meet their captains, etc. And then we have our send off, our reveille and all
Prayer
that
and everything.
prayer,
yeah.
and then we head out to Washington. Now this starts around 4:00 in the morning,
Right.
and we usually we have our prayer. We start our prayer and everything about 5:20. We usually have.
This schedule's military.
It's-
I mean,
well,
it's got a certain time, a certain place.
And we also have, we're lucky enough, our past trip we had a Major General from the U.S.
Yeah,
United
I remember.
States, Major General John Gronsky from the
I had dinner with him.
Yes,
the
we
night
did.
Before.
Yeah, he was gracious enough to come on the trip in April, and I believe he's gonna try and make it again in
Oh, that'd be
October.
great. What a great guy.
A Major General on the United States Army Europe, so we have that. We're working with other generals too that'll greet us in Washington, and we're working on that. We leave. We leave at 6 o'clock.
Yes, that's what I'm
Period.
saying. This is military time.
You
This
know.
is no.
This is the orders of the Ben Salem Police Department. We leaving at 6 o'clock.
And they get it done.
They have to because of the traffic on 95.
Now we get down to Washington. It's lunchtime. They get a lunch, right?
Well, in Washington, we do as I said, we do Korea Memorial first, and then after that we go to Iwo Jima, and then we go to
The memorial.
lunch.
Oh, we do lunch before the memorial.
I'm going to wait a minute. I'll tell you right now. I got it right in front of me. Why should I? Yeah, we go to Iwo Jima, and then we go from there to the lunch, which is about 11:30, where we have we eat at the Air Force Memorial. We have lunches brought in by Mission Barbecue on the. They bring the trucks in and everything, and you get it's just like in line up and get your lunch.
It's cool.
It's and everybody has lunch, and then we usually have the Air Force cadets. Or Air Force personnel that come out, their drill team comes out and gives they do a presentation to the vets there, and then from there we head to Arlington Cemetery, where we do a reef lane from the Bucks County residence for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Yeah.
And that at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, we go directly up to the tomb. We don't have to get off the buses at the bottom and we get the tram cars. We are escorted right up to the tomb, and the vets are there, and they will have a special spot where our veterans go, and
I've been there.
You've been there, so
it's
and then from there.
spectacular. You can't believe it to see them vets at all these places. But you got to.
We witnessed the changing of the guard, and then there's
Yeah.
a special ceremony for the reef lane from Bucks County.
And of course, we just jump along. Now we're on the way home, and it's incredible.
Well, then we go to World War II. We got it. Don't forget.
Okay, we did.
got it.
That's the last one, right?
That's the last stop.
Yeah,
Mhm.
World War II.
We're out. We're leaving 3 o'clock. Them buses, the wheels are turning at 3 o'clock.
Everything's military here. So.
Yeah, so it's we have to be on the road by 3 o'clock.
And then we go down. It's unbelievable.
That's when
Escort home. 95 is stopped. They take them right straight through, and
people don't realize that they actually shut 95 down.
Absolutely, unbelievable. And the overpasses are fire companies with flags and EMS people and police over the overpasses.
The 95 is shut down. It's at 5:30 in the afternoon, on rush hour on a Monday evening. I-95 is shut down from the state line all the way up to Ben Salem.
Yeah, and they can't believe it. The veterans, they're driving along, and boy, you just watch it.
You've been on the trip and you understand that it's like a feeling that you can't really
You can't. You can't.
If you haven't
explain it.
experienced it, it's like people on the other side of the road. It's all backed up over there because
Yeah.
people what's going on.
Yeah, they
And
want to
people
see.
are standing there with their thumbs up in the air, and
Yeah.
people on the side of the highways.
Then they get here in Street Road up to the
Street Road.
casino. There's a big welcome.
We got fire companies throughout the county that come down and they
Right.
raise the garrison flags, etc. And
Helicopters overhead.
yeah, Philadelphia police.
And they come into the casino, which is a cheering crowd waiting for them. And you should come. They get there about, what is it, about,
We are usually there about 6:10 to 6:20. We're usually, I mean, it's
where they arrive at the,
Yeah, where-
again, at the Parks East, where they arrive, the bus, and a cheering crowd with flags waving all
usually
over,
about
music
1,000
playing.
people there.
Yeah, and we encourage you to come.
Especially the families of the veterans that go are there.
Yeah, October 7th.
October,
And you
Monday,
can come
October
there
7th.
and welcome these men and women, these veterans back, and you won't believe it. You do it, and I'm telling you.
The apparatus. There's probably, I mean, I can't remember exactly where all the fire companies are from, but we got them coming, and they come in as we've had them up in Doylestown, come down. And
Yeah, they're lining Street Road.
They're
coming
lining
in.
up Street Road of all the fire equipment from different parts, and I think the veterans really like because as they're riding up there, they all have their name on the side of their trucks.
Yeah.
Newport, Doylestown, Warminster,
Yeah.
New Hope and Percy, Doyle. It's just and like you see all the different communities that are out, just supporting the vets. It's really the feeling you get.
I do,
It's
and
like-
I can't wait to do it again. I don't know if I'll make the 7th yet, but the other thing, now they're in the casino, and they come back to a real welcome outside coming into the casino, then they have dinner.
Yeah, we have the we do roll out the red carpet for them, and they have the red carpet, and they go through, and then there's times we have cheerleaders from the different high schools that are lining the hallway as they're going up to dinner, and we have dinner inside. We have usually, and that's all provided by Parks Casino.
Yeah, sponsors, and Parks is one of them, right?
Parks is one of our major contributors, we're a major sponsor. Parks and Jefferson Health System is the major.
Jeff Health System.
Jeff Health Systems are our two major sponsors, and then we have, our bus sponsors are like, Philadelphia FOP, American Heritage Federal Credit Union. In fact, you even have been a bus
Absolutely.
sponsor. And
Sponsored buses.
so
It's important. I think a bus, what, 2,500 or 3,000?
we usually do 2,500 for
a bus, yeah.
to sponsor a bus.
Yeah. Anybody out there wants to do that.
That way anybody would love to. We're always looking for sponsors.
And in fact, this is a big deal. It takes a lot of money to get this done.
These trips run approximately $50,000 to take the trips.
And they must raise it because it's nonprofit.
It's all nonprofit, all donations.
It's all
There's no
donation,
tax,
nonprofit organization. Nobody gets paid on this.
No, there's not one paid employee. Nope.
Two things I want to ask you, Joe, and certainly the number will be up there. Darren will put the number up, but one is volunteers. If somebody wants to volunteer, and the other is to go with the. Do you need any more guardians? Or?
Well, guardians, we always need guardians, but what happens with our guardians is we do get a lot of people that request to be guardians, which is phenomenal. What happens is usually the veteran will take a family member with them.
Oh, okay.
Most of these guys, feel a little more secure with
And some ladies. I know there's some.
All the
ladies,
women that go, they take a family member with them. It's funny, a lot of the guys, or even I guess the women, they take their granddaughters or grandsons, and it's pretty neat that they see
great
this.
experience for them to have.
And then you got to. Yes, sometimes the problem is when you have a veteran that wants to go on a trip and he has two sons, and now you're making them choose
which side
which
goes with
son, and then you got times when the guy says I can't go because when we try and work things out, we're not we understand that.
Of course, I mean But it's a full day, and
It's-
it's all about the vets. It's all about the veterans. I can't tell you, how we try here. I mean, we have a new housing authority going in, Joe, for senior veterans. So
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
you were here when
Yeah,
we started.
when we
That's how
approved
long
the-
it took. It took almost 12 years. Joe was
Yes.
on council. Actually, he was at the original press conference 10 years ago.
I remember that.
So it took that long to get where we're at, but that's government. You know what I mean? That's government, and it's not like when I was in business where you can get things done. But we try, and it has come to fruition. So for that, Joe, I'm going to give you the last word. Anything you want to talk about?
I went
say?
for, one thing I wanted to mention too, another sponsor be like Ben Salem Township, of course, and the County of Bucks. And we do to get support from the county, the commissioners.
Yeah.
So I just wanted
Good.
to make
I'm glad
sure,
you-
I don't want everybody under,
Yeah, and there might be somebody you're forgetting to give.
Oh
you
yeah, there's a lot. I
donation.
mean, there's townships throughout the county are very supportive of
Yeah.
the program. It's like a lot of the townships and the boroughs are major supporters of the program. They also send their police and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
of course, that costs money.
So they can't. Middletown, they're very supportive.
It's a county organization. I mean, getting it done. Again, if there's someone out there, it doesn't go off till October 7th. Some veteran that wants to go on the
Yeah,
trip.
any World War II career again through December 7th, 1941. We
Yeah.
all remember that day.
Boy,
And so anything from December 7th, 41 through October 61.
you don't remember that day.
No,
I do.
I don't remember
I
that
was.
day.
I was. A little
I
boy.
read a lot about it.
I was a
and
little
see it,
boy at
yeah.
the time. Absolutely,
Yeah.
1941. Yep.
You watch and you listen over the years. And that's one reason, too, that we do this with the children at the schools.
So they can remember.
Well, they
And-
can learn through
Yeah.
these guys because these guys were there. They know what happened, and they've seen it, and try to let the children of these different school districts.
Yeah, it's good
you know,
stuff.
yeah.
Very good stuff. You have the last word. Go.
Well, anybody would like to go on the trip, please get a hold of us. The number is 267-614-0720.
And that'll be on the screen. There it is already. We can see it on there. Important.
Get your application in as soon as you can.
As soon as you can. Yeah, it's only a month left. And Joe, I want to thank you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Nobody has done more to get this organization rolling than you have, you and Christine, and all your volunteers, but you're a great leader.
Oh, thank
I
you,
really
Mayor. I appreciate that. I appreciate
Yeah.
all the support you do for us.
Well, we're all for the vets. That's what it's all about. Till next time, everybody, God bless.